they were one better in the winning 14 in the innings. The must-win NLWC in Game 3. The must-win NLDS in These were now 1-5.
Seattle trying to wipe out Detroit. They lead 3-1 series. Toronto and the Yankees are still tied 6-8 for Toronto. Louis Varland gets Schmidt for the Yanks. The Blue Jays lead that series 2-1. And Dodgers trying to sweep the Phillies today.
And you're 40 minutes out, you save on a 3-inning express lanes. Next up is the Tri-State Tollway northbound, still pretty heavy passing Cicero to past 111th Street. Crash cleanup on the left shoulder there involving a motorcycle. We're looking at I-80 next with a crash westbound at Larkin blocking the lane. Earlier crash we had in Hoboken, that's cleared now. Still a little heavy in the area. Still backed up to the northwest Indiana on I-84 westbound from Brooklyn before drive, a lot of traffic on both sides, especially northbound. Some lingering delays, cups traffic here between Fullerton and Belmont. Game starting at 4:08. Traffic sponsored by almostfreeteeth.com. New teeth, new smile, new you. Save up to 95% at almostfreeteeth.com because confidence should never cost a fortune. Your next traffic reports 3:58. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM, as you know, the site of our Atlantic for the rest of the afternoon with a cool breeze and highs at 66. Clear names for tonight was ranging from 38 in some western suburbs as close to 50 at the lakefront. Plenty of sunshine somewhere to the Brookfield at high 65. Currently 61 degrees at high number 62. Midnight 62, vapor temperature 60. And actually the weekend market just 5%. Chicago's only station dedicated to news.
Hey everyone, don't forget subscribe and like button bell. Thank you.
Not only are different sports, but also
because of that government shutdown, things are getting ugly. Not only are flights getting delayed in O'Hare and other airports, now the IRS says it'll furlough just under half its staff. That's about 34,000 workers. Will also pause most of the agency's taxpayer services. The remaining staff are going to work on preparing for next year's tax season. Minutes from the Federal Reserve cut rates for the first time this year shows that the bankers are willing to cut rates even further this year, maybe even 2 times. But they have to be cautious, they say, about inflation. On Wall Street, investors appear to be on board with that line of thinking. Now, the Dow did lose a point today, but the NASDAQ shot up 255, more than 1% jump to a record high. The S&P also got a record. Compared to a year ago, only about 1 in 5 U.S. adults say they plan to travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's down from 1 in 4 last year. What's happening in the economy? The least likely to travel Gen Zers, parents with young kids and men. With business at 23:53 live in the Bloomberg Newsroom, Tom Busby, News Radio 105.9 WBB.
All right, Tom, talk to you tomorrow. Got troubles on I-80 and E94. Check in with Neil coming up next.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all in one month. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know we get the nose and throat working properly, those snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and airliners from corners of the world we would never think of to find a sleep apnea snoring you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Granger to stay fully stocked with the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Vayner's Trust kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full kills lineup is available exclusively at Home Depot. Clean it fast, get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers, pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro,
Don't forget subscribe
hey, listen to this.
and button bell.
All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
Yeah, for me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay and stuff.
Small fixes to big upgrades. eBay has all the parts you need, and prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time.
It's time,
Things you will love.
3 p.m.
Exclusive supply.
Right now, 4 p.m.
Prepares its scare actors for the Halloween season by sending them to school. Scare school, that is.
So once you're hired and you're part of our team, we feel comfortable with you, and we feel like you're one of us, we'll go and we'll initiate Scare School.
Brad Rebus is with a Rebus Haunted Attraction.
And that's when we bring them in and we just teach them how to scare safely, how to have fun while you're scaring, and how to, the psychology of the scare.
Veteran employees train the newbies on the finer points. That could be zombie shuffling and demon shrieking, as well as walking on stilts and wielding a spiked club. Rosie Washington is one scare actor.
You get to scream, you get to make a character. It's basically a job that you get to see a different side of yourself that you didn't think you would see.
The new hires also learn about makeup application, costuming, and how to get into their roles and personas, as well as rules about interacting with guests. I'm Pam Morning.
3:58 time for traffic. Is it scary, Neil?
Out there on the roadways, Lisa, for sure. We have a lot going on today. It's a very busy Wednesday. Let's start along I-80 westbound. We stop and go from Richards to Larkin. Crash is cleared from that area. Crash cleanup continues on 8094 westbound before Grand, so big delays on both sides of 8094 in that area. You have a crash getting cleaned up with a motorcycle involved on the Tri-State northbound, past 111th off on the left shoulder. Crash involving a semi, the Dan line out onto the Skyway in the left lane. We're looking at 45 to drive out to the split. Here next reports at 4:08, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, checking with you again at 4:08 tonight. Mainly clear and chilly. Lows between 40 and 50. The rest of the week looks beautiful. Abundant sunshine. High in the mid to upper 60s. 61 degrees now at 3:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio.
Chicago, too much traffic.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
This is Mike Krauser. Police investigate the fatal shooting of a child who was found dead this morning in the Washington Park neighborhood.
Intense investigation underway after a man was found tied up in a Bridgeport apartment. And former FBI Director James Comey enters a not guilty plea in federal court. The latest coming up from CBS News and Sports. Do or die for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. We'll be checking in with Rick Gregg live from the friendly confines.
Time must be a Bloomberg. More gains and fresh all-time highs today for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. The Dow lower by a point and the NASDAQ up 255. The S&P added 39.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty today to charges he lied to Congress 5 years ago. It's a case that's raised questions about whether the Justice Department is targeting President Trump's political adversaries. CBS's Scott McFarland was at the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia.
The theater we expected outside didn't happen. There was talk and reporting earlier that there was an effort to get a hoop walk, one of those photographed walks of a defendant into this courthouse for James Comey. That did not happen this morning. He was given a private, secure entrance out of the view of cameras.
The judge has set a trial date of January 5th.
That trial date is as slippery as it gets, in part because the prosecution argued today this is a complicated case, which could involve a review of classified information. James Comey doesn't have a security clearance anymore, nor does his defense attorney. That's going to take some time.
Authorities have charged a 29-year-old man with igniting a January fire that killed 12 people and destroyed the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley.
The allegations in the affidavit are supported by digital evidence, including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it.
Jonathan Renderneck was arrested in Florida yesterday. Immigration case in Southern California.
A federal judge in Los Angeles has ordered the removal of agents who have been guarding a man who was badly hurt in an immigration raid at a Southern California car wash in late August. The man was handcuffed to a hospital bed for more than a month. Lawyer Gene Reeves is representing the man.
Being released by this administration in enforcing immigration law.
The government shutdown continues, and there's no sign of any progress on Capitol Hill. Correspondent Nancy Cortez reports what the White House is willing to do is also unclear.
The president wants at stake is back pay, employment for federal workers by the thousands, but he hasn't exactly followed through on those threats yet. And in fact, the nature of those threats keeps changing.
President Trump said today he may go to the Middle East in the coming days if there's progress in the peace talks on Gaza. The U.S. Marshals say the only escaped inmate who remained on the run after a New Orleans jailbreak in May has been captured. 10 men broke out of the jail. Derek Groves evaded authorities for nearly 5 months. On Wall Street today, stocks finished mixed. The NASDAQ at a record high. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBM Newsradio.com.
4:03 Wednesday, the 8th day of October. Thanks for joining us and tuning in. I'm Lisa Fielding. We have 61 degrees, partly sunny skies, plenty of sunshine, a cool breeze today, highs in the mid-60s. That's kind of the story through the weekend. The weather 5-day forecast coming up for you at 4:15. But first, a trial flash shot still this morning in Chicago's Washington Park neighborhood. WBBM's Mike Krauser tells us what we know so far.
The body that was discovered at about 80 tracks near 60th Street and Prairie Avenue. Police say he had a gunshot wound to the chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene. What happened and when is unclear. Police have not given the boy's age.
Too much draft.
And nobody is in custody. Mike Krauser, News Radio.
This Chicago also investigating a suspicious death on the south side. A man returned home to his apartment near West 31st and Keely Street in Bridgeport and finds his roommate bound with rope and wire on the kitchen floor. The victim was reportedly gagged. He